What is up, marketers? This is Frank at SagaPixel, and in this video we're going to be setting up Google Search Console for a website and connecting it to Yoast SEO. This is really an essential step to doing SEO, just getting the website set up in Google Search Console. It's going to give you reports ranging from what keywords you're ranking for, what pages are driving organic clicks, and for what queries. It's also going to let you know about any sort of technical issues that you may be having with the website, and it really is a very valuable tool that you need to wrap your head around if you're going to be doing any sort of SEO, or even if you just want to monitor what kind of organic traffic you're getting to your website. So let's get in. First thing that we're going to be doing is actually logging into the back end of the website, and then we have to go over here to set the thing up. So first thing, you're going to go over to the on the right-hand side where it says Add Property. There are two ways to verify a property. One is using the domain, which is probably the best because it's going to show you the www version, the non-www version, HTTP, HTTPS, and all of the combinations of these. Now, if it's a brand new website, it's not something you really need to worry about. But if you ever have the difference between that version and the other version is that you'll have completely separate Google Search Console profiles for the www versus non-www, HTTP versus HTTPS versions. If you ever made a change, the data is going to be all over the place. So in this case, they haven't ever made a change, and it's not going to be an issue. And I don't want to go through the whole process of the DNS validation, which is the only way that you can validate for that. In other words, you have to create a zone where the domain is registered versus some of the other easier ways to handle this. So going back in here, just make sure that you're getting the exact URL that you have here. We don't want, if, for example, what is delivered right now is the HTTPS non-www version of the website. I wouldn't want, if I were to add a www here, it would deliver zero information. So just have to give it a minute to do this. Sometimes if you already have your account hooked up with Tag Manager or Google Analytics, it will it'll auto-verify. In this case, that didn't happen. Now, the easiest way to do this is with the HTML tag. I'm actually going to move this off of the screen because I don't want these people's info floating around. So I'm gonna grab this tag, and I'm going to be copying it over to, I'm going to be inserting it in the into the theme, into the header section of the website, and then get this thing verified. So in order to do this, there's a couple different ways to do it. It's possible to just go into the theme editor and go to the header section and insert it there, but I recommend against that unless so if you have a custom theme that you've built, it's never going to have any sort of updates, then go right ahead. That's probably the easiest and cleanest way to do this. If you have any other sort of theme that you ever bought someplace versus having a developer actually create it for you custom, as soon as they push out an update, it's going to overwrite anything that you entered there, and it's going to be gone. So what I'm going to be doing in this case is using a plugin for it. So I'm going to go over here to the WordPress repository, and there's a plugin that we use like on basically all the websites. This is it right here, insert headers and footers. Going to activate it. All right, and then if you go over to Tools, where's it? Settings. Yeah, Settings. Insert headers and footers. I'm going to take the script that they gave us, and I'm going to insert it right here. So again, like I said, I'm going to move this over to my other monitor. I don't want you people having access to their stuff. All right, cool. All right, so that is verified. Now I have to go back to, I'm going to be going back over to the to Search Console. And this is what we want to say. All right, HTML tag verified. Go to property. All right, and I got an email. You can see just came through right there. I can see that there's no data here. This has never been submitted before. So going over to the back end of the website again, IVTs. Logging back into the back end here. We're going to see that we have the Yoast SEO plugin installed. So if you go over here, there's an option for Search Console. We can actually get this thing authenticated with our Search Console here by clicking on this button. I'm going to enter it here. Again, I don't want this up on the monitor, these people's information floating around on YouTube. So I'm going to do that. Click on the Get Google authorization code. It's going to open up a window that's going to give me a code. I'm actually going to throw it into here. Click Authenticate. All right, I've authenticated with my Search Console. Now, the next thing that I have to do is actually find that website and save profile. And now Yoast SEO is totally set up with Google Search Console. Google Search Console is all ready to go, and it will start collecting data. Now, if I give this a few days, it'll start delivering some information. Typically, you don't have anything actionable that's going to show up for quite a while. Lastly, the one last thing that I want to do is actually submit the sitemap over to Search Console. Now we're using Yoast, so if I go over to this website, so if I go to the domain name / sitemap_index.xml, this is where Yoast actually generates the sitemap. So we're going to go back over to Search Console. Sitemaps. Get rid of that and the / and this is just going to tell Google, like, hey, this is where my sitemap is. And you'll get this message. And as long as you see something popping up here and it's not a 404, you're usually good to go with that. So let's give it some time. So I hope that this video was useful. If you are, if you're setting up your Google Search Console for the first time and this helped you, please like the video, leave it a comment. Even better, if you wouldn't mind linking or clicking on the link in the description over here and leaving us a review on our local Google My Business. That would actually even help us to maybe bring in increase our local search rank in the 3-pack. So thank you, and again, if you have any questions or any comments, leave it. We'll be checking them.